Hi, welcome to Wholeheartedly for the Lord Bible Journaling with Sherry. Today's process video will be in my watercolor journal. This is an old one that I have. I finished it. I think I have maybe 4 or 5 pages in the back that are empty, but overall this book is complete. It is early in the morning, even though this is going to be posted later. I've been up since 3:30, guys. That's why I have coffee here. I just could not sleep, so I did a lot of digital journaling, and then I just decided to film some things. So I am running on need some sleep energy. Anyway, so this is a I am blessed. This is from Praise and Pray, and I decided to cover it and make the book kind of uniquely mine. And it's just a book that I just do random journaling in magazines, dashboards, some kits. I tried out some gelatos and with a Bible kit. So it's really a fun way to incorporate Bible journaling. If you don't want to use a Bible and you want to try different things, you can just use this. Like I said, I covered it. I got mine, I believe, from Walmart a while ago. And I've done studies in here from Praise and Pray, from the group that I was in Facebook. And it was really fun to work in this. I really like it. It's very sturdy and you can just do a lot of mixed media on it. So that's what I used it for. But like I said, I was running out of pages, and so I purchased a new one from Amazon, same size, I believe. And that's it. Well, I'll get into the new one in a second. Thank you for watching. And remember, if I can Bible journal, so can you. Take care. And this is the watercolor journal book, I guess. It's 5.5 by 8.5 inches. And the paper is really thick. And like I said, the previous book was a watercolor mixed media type book, but I never really used that portion of it. I've always covered the pages. So I wanted to see if I can do some type of entry, just some creative fun on a Friday. It's rainy, it's cold here, and I'm just relaxing. Hopefully I can get a nap in. And this is the book. And so I'm going to try some watercolor paint and some other things in this. Guys, it was a fiasco. I think it turned out semi okay, and I almost didn't film it. Well, not film it, post it, but I said no. Again, I got convicted in my spirit that this is the purpose of my channel, to show you guys things that work and things that don't work. And these are one of the ones that did not work. Stay tuned. Here we go. For those of you who are new to Bible journaling, things happen, and you've heard this on plenty of people's channels, and I try to show you guys that mishaps happen and you can fix it sometimes and sometimes you can't. In this case, I end up being able to fix it, but it wasn't all what I had envisioned it. So I have a large stamp, and I had some other stamps that I'm going to stamp around the page, and I just wanted to see how this watercolor paint blends onto the watercolor paper. Mistake number one. I wanted to use the stamp that I just showed you of the little girl, and you'll see it shortly. And I covered the whole page with watercolor paint, and I should have left a space open for her, because if I stamp her down, then she is going to have all of this paint on her, and I didn't want that. I wanted her to be solid, and I wanted to color her in and then have some type of background behind it. But again, mistakes happen. So I do like the way that it blends on the page, and I'll explain more of that once I get into the coloring of the flowers on the page. It blends in nicely and smoothly, and I really like it. The paper has some grit to it. Guys, I know I should have masked these flowers, but I just wanted to just see how the florals will look around the pages. I like the idea. I think Hello Jilski and Lindsay Decor, when they used to do their planners, they would just like put down a background and then stamp over it, which I always liked that idea. So I wanted to try it here, but then I didn't like the way it looked, so I started to color in the flowers. So since this little girl was going to be kind of on this page, I decided to stamp her separately and then put her on the page afterwards. I sped this up 20 times because it took a long time for me to paint inside of the flowers, and I do love the way watercolor does respond to the watercolor paper. I mean, go figure the name, right? But it really came on nicely, and then I realized with the watercolor paper that the more color that I put on, the more the deeper the color became, and it didn't run or get light like regular Bible paper and regular paper. So I thought that was good. So then I switched it up and got my acrylic markers, paint markers, and I wanted to try that. It's very opaque and it almost covered up the actual black stamping, and I really didn't care for that too much, but I still wanted to see how it reacted on watercolor paper, and it was okay, but it was a little too opaque for me. But like I said, I wanted to try it and see. And then the next markers that I'm going to use are my Brushell dual tip markers, and I wanted to see how they react on watercolor paper as well. So I guess it's like a trial and error type of thing. But guys, this is a mess, but I'm going to stick with it, and hopefully it'll encourage you that when things happen, you can stick with it too. Here's another mistake. I stamped it and it was really a good stamp, but as you can see at the bottom, I started cutting it out, and I remembered that I wanted to color it first. Just in case I went out of the lines, it didn't matter. So I wanted to color it first and then cut it out. And I had a hard time cutting it out. Another tip, I don't think this paper is really meant to be taken out of the book. I mean, you can, but it's so sturdy and so stiff that it was really hard to cut because it was really thick, and it was really hard to cut around to get the silhouette out. But lesson learned. So maybe if you tried to get this kind of book, maybe we'll just stick with doing art inside of the book and not take the pages out. I don't know, but it was really, really heavy and really, really thick. I went ahead and skipped the cutout part because it took a long time. So I cut out the silhouette as best as I could, and then I just tore this paper out, cut around it, and I'm going to stick it onto a new page. I guess all mistakes can be fixed. I did my best. Guys, I was determined to stick through this thing. It was rough. So because I made such a blurb out of it, I figured I do like the flowers, sort of. Why not put it on another page and see if I can do something with that and make it turn into something? I don't know, but stay tuned. I cut up some pieces that I had from a card that I received, and again, I'm just trying to make this work. Okay, so this is my Fun Friday, Find It Friday Fiasco blunder. Tried to make it turn into something. It's bright. Thank you for watching. Take care.